guys, how's it going? We are back and welcome to something a little different, but something I'm excited about nonetheless. Now, before we get into this, I am recording it on my iPhone, so apologies for all the shakiness that's going on here. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. It actually came in on 2-day shipping. Hello, this is my hand. I am white. Probably couldn't tell that from my voice. That was a joke. But this is actually the official RuneScape handbook guide from like 2005. I have so much nostalgia for this thing. Here, let's get it open, then we can look at the cover and I'll kind of explain where I got my first one. This isn't mine, obviously, it just came in the mail. We paid like $7 for it, but I do have one at a different house. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this open with one hand, so I'll be right back. Yeah, the USPS do not joke around with their packaging. It was really hard to get out. Pop this guy out here. Oh my god. Now I did order this new. Sorry about that, I was just reading the little message they sent in with it. This is from, I believe the published date, it's like 2004, 2005, something like that. What do we got here? 2006, okay. Still, that's 10 years ago. I would have been 9 years old at the time when I first got mine. I was actually living in Alaska at the time, and there was a book fair that came through my school, and this was in there, and I had a friend who played RuneScape, so I bought this, and I thought it was going to be so good. Some of the stuff that's in here, though, it's going to be completely different now. Let's have us a look. We've obviously got our table of contents. What do we got here? Welcome to RuneScape, safety and security, tips, basic skills, all this good stuff. Oh my gosh, this guy, supposed to be a goblin, looks nothing like the goblins in-game. What's the description here? This guide covers all aspects of the free-to-play key version of RuneScape. When you enter the world of RuneScape, you enter a richly detailed world of fantasy. So it's basically just a guide of the free-to-play game, trying to get people, basically like me, 9-year-old kids, into the game, and it definitely worked. I'm telling us about skills, combat, quests, creatures, maps, and a glossary. So basically all the same stuff that was just in that table of contents. And this is like a bunch of security stuff. I remember this. Never give other players your personal information. Never make plans to meet people in real life. All this stuff that is just basically common knowledge at this point. All the Jagex promises that some people still don't seem to understand. Then we got a character that looks nothing like a character in-game, and then this guy who for the longest time was in the loading screen, if you remember when you first signed in. So yeah, these are the rules, by the way. No offensive language, no item scamming, no password scamming, no impersonating, no real-world item trading. Took them a while to get that down. No multiple login. Basically the same stuff. Although they have kind of lightened up on the old offensive language thing. They don't really care too much about that anymore, it doesn't seem like. Got a dragon here. I think this is supposed to be some depiction of Elvarg or something of the sort. Now we've got tips for beginners. Know your dots. The little map in the corner of the screen will give you a bird's eye view of what is happening in your location. A white dot is a player, a yellow dot is a RuneScape character, and a red dot is an object on the ground that you can pick up. That's some pretty intense information. It might take me a while to progress. Then the second tip they give is just explore Lumbridge. They're not very specific with that, but yeah. In terms of tips, goblins are easy targets. Sell your stuff. That's a good one. Check prices. Beware of the wilderness. Took me a while to figure that one out as well. Then basically the controls. Took a lot of people a long time to realize you didn't actually move around with the mouse keys. You had to kind of click all over the place. So that's certainly interesting to be in here. Then they've got the shops here, kind of telling you how to do that. It's kind of interesting. Banks, for some reason they've got like the druidic circle right there. Don't know why that would be associated with a bank. Friends, if you're playing this game you don't have any. Ignoring players, something I do probably a little bit too much. I always thought this guy kind of looked like a dwarf kind of dude, despite the fact that you can't actually play a dwarf, so I don't know what's up with that. Chat options. This is basically just like, if you look at the game, actually I have it open right now, no XP waste, I was in the middle of woodcutting. you could kind of look at this and kind of figure out the entire interface just by looking through this. Taking your own screenshot, yeah, that's something that's interesting. Members version of the game. They don't actually talk about that much, which is kind of interesting. Now this is the good stuff. Mastering the basic skills. So the basic skills of woodcutting. It just shows the different kind of logs, what you should do, how do you cut down a tree, which is certainly interesting. And I actually think this stuff is pretty up to date for the most part. They haven't updated skills in 07. Obviously this is completely different in RuneScape 3, but I think for the most part in OSRS it's generally about the same. So it kind of has details here of all the kind of fishing you can do. Honestly, actually, does it say specifically? Yeah, because I have a lot of problems with remembering, like, trout is fly fishing, salmon is fly fishing. I always think one of them is sea bait fishing. I don't know why I do that, but it's something that I haven't quite remembered. So if I need, I can just pull this book out and that'll help me remember it. Basic skill cooking, and it kind of goes into all the detailed stuff for all the stuff you can cook. What's the highest thing you can make as a free-to-play player? It looks like it's the anchovy pizza. That sounds about right. It's got the different kind of bows you can use, armor, which again is pretty accurate. Ores and materials, or metals, pardon. And then I imagine somewhere in here, it talks about the mining guild. Yep, right there. And then all the different kinds of smithing stuff you can do. It details, you know, for bronze, iron, steel, mithril, adamant, and rune, the different kind of levels. Got that 99 for the plate mail body. Crafting hasn't changed at all, even in RuneScape 3. Doesn't have the blood runes, although I guess you can't do blood runes in free-to-play because you need to get to Zaya. Basic skills, magic. I suppose this probably on the next page has like, oh no, it doesn't even detail all the spells. It's kind of disappointing actually. Basic skills of prayer, basically just berry bones. Combat, oh boy. This actually gives a pretty decent little insight into the speed and damage of weapons. You can see the dagger has the fastest speed, the two-handed sword has the lowest, and of course the two-handed sword is the highest. But I don't know, this is kind of interesting. Definitely stuff that you wanted to learn early on, so this would help you out in that regard. It shows the different kind of combat skills, battle strategies, fighter, as opposed to like melee or anything like that. It's kind of interesting. And it talks about armor here, the different kinds of armor you can get. You can go bronze, iron, steel, yada yada yada, all the way up to rune. Again, this is only the free-to-play version, so it doesn't really talk extensively about the members game. But I don't know, I still think there's stuff you can learn from this. Probably not at this point, but if somebody who'd never played before got this book, they could definitely have a look and figure some stuff about the game out. Leather and dragonhide, kind of, really the combat stuff is just detailing what's good against what else, you know, the combat triangle and all that, which is definitely helpful. I think that's most likely a good thing for players to learn. Don't want to get destroyed by a mage because you're wearing a bunch of armor. Quests. This actually, I think, goes through most of the, it's like a quest guide almost. It has a cook's assistant and it kind of goes through like all the stuff you need to do. And it does it for all the other ones as well, which is pretty nice. Oh, and I forgot, there's actually like a pop-out map. Gotta have a full look at this. Yeah, I remember I actually had that on my wall for the longest time. That's cool though. Definitely not going to be putting it on my wall now. My girlfriend would kill me. Dragon Slayer. Oh no, that's Demon Slayer. Where's Dragon Slayer? Does it not tell us about Dragon Slayer? Oh, nope, here it is. Yeah, look at that. That awesome graphics, Elvarg. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. It goes through all the like different kind of characters. Air Wizard, Bandit, Barbarian, Barbarian Woman, who is for some reason like huge compared to the Barbarian. And I think this is like literally every... Well, no, it can't be every, I don't think, because they don't have dragons in it. This is most of the NPCs you can encounter in the free-to-play game. All the ones that you can at least fight. Lesser demons. Wow, who remembers that graphic? Spider. If you're fighting spiders, you are most likely splashing. Zombie. I forgot they used to have like blue skin like that. Yeah, it's almost like a teal. And then it has the free-to-play world. Oh, I flipped that to the wrong side. So all the wilderness. Yeah, don't have much of the members world over here, but you can see the entirety of the free world. Tutorial island down there. Rest in peace. Flipping the wrong way now. And then I think, yeah, it gives you a little detail about all the different cities. So it's got Lumbridge, and it'll tell you all the places you can shop, the interesting places, the people who are interesting. Probably details a little bit of the quest. Al-Kharid, not a whole lot to do there, except like skilling, you do the mining and smithing thing. Crafting store is nice as well if you're an Iron Man. Varrock, the big kahuna. Now, the first time I ever, actually no, I'm not going to tell you, but this is kind of a little bit of a teaser. The first time that I saw somebody play RuneScape, they walked through Varrock, and I have a completely different impression of what it looked like at that time, so I don't know if it changed or something, but I'll definitely be doing a memories video about that, one of my just chatting videos that talks about Falador. Come on, focus. There we go. Probably my favorite city in OSRS, I think in RuneScape 3 it's now probably Prifddinas, just because it's so convenient and necessary for late game stuff, but regardless. Draenor Village, Lumbridge's little bitch, Port Sarim, that place you never wanted to go to because it took so long to walk there. Oops. Karamja, which is like a tiny little space. So much fishing happened here though, so much fishing. Then you had the Christmas event at this dock. Rimington, nobody went to except for that one quest, Witch's Potion. Barbarian Village. Yeah, you didn't have the Stronghold of Security down there at that time, did you? It doesn't have the icon for it, and it hasn't mentioned it, so I don't think it was. Dwarven Mine. Goblin Village. Edgeville, which is like the most important city in OSRS at this point, just because so many people do PKing and stuff there. Sorry, I had to move my hand because my camera's running out of batteries, and by camera I mean my phone. What's this? Random events. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they don't even have these in OSRS anymore because they got voted out. Got the Shade, the Golem. Whoa, there was one for burying bones. I don't even remember that. This is amazing. I forgot about all this stuff. Obviously, there's still some of them in here. Maze, Mime, Strange Box, Run in the Other Direction, Ent, Evil Chicken, Exploding Rock. I remember these, that's awesome. I remember the Lost and Found office. It kind of creeped me out when I was a little kid. But yeah, that's about that. And then it has a glossary of all the little terms. A tube, a high-level player who acts like a noob. Oh my god. This is awesome. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of this little highlight. I'm so happy to have this again. I'm probably going to be looking at it every once in a while just for some nostalgia. If you have enjoyed this little highlight of this official handbook, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more RuneScape content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you later.